Long time no see.
We've never actually done a video together on our channel.
Today we're going to be doing the Once Upon a Time book tag because Once Upon a Time is a great show and we haven't filmed a video in a really long time, so
yes.
we kind of had to do that. The tag was started by the Book Angel. We'll link her channel below. The first question is, Emma Swan, your favorite heroine?
My favorite heroine. I'm going to have to go with Selena from the Throne of Glass series. If you have not read the Throne of Glass series, you should, and if you haven't heard of it, you've probably been living under a rock. But Selena basically is this kick-ass assassin, and she is really growing into such a strong, independent character who can take over everyone and everything, and she's just awesome.
Mine is, this is the second book in the series, but Vin from the Mistborn trilogy, because in the first book you just see her grow a ton. I haven't read the other two books, but she's definitely my favorite just because you've seen her grow up and sort of become her own person from being the like scared, shy girl to becoming like a leader. She's my favorite because she helped like save
the universe. Henry Mills, your favorite sidekick?
Mine is Grover from The Lightning Thief. I just think he's hilarious. He's just one of my favorite characters, like, anyway, and yeah, he's definitely the best sidekick.
He's so funny.
Yeah.
For my favorite sidekick, I'm gonna go for Simon from the Mortal Entrance series, just because, like, he's so quirky and goofy and nerdy, and he's kind of really out of place in the whole Shadowhunter world.
Queen / Regina Mills, a series or character that got better through the books.
So for mine, I'm going to go with A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. With this book, I thought it was moving kind of like slowly at first and I really wasn't feeling it, but it really picked up towards the middle and the end and it was so good. It's a Beauty and the Beast retelling, but with fairies and magic, and it's really super awesome because Sarah J. Maas, everything is awesome with her.
I don't have the book with me because I'm at Sarah's house, but mine is Anna and the French Kiss. I'm doing more of a book instead of a series. Up until the halfway point, I was kind of just like, I don't like this book. I think it's really dumb. This is so stupid. But then, I don't know, something just changed and I was like, wow, this is actually a really great book. I love this book. This is my favorite book. I love it.
Mr. Gold / Rumplestiltskin, a villain you should hate but love.
I'm gonna go with Valentine and City of Bones. This goes more into like the later books like City of Glass. I picked him because first of all I think he's kind of funny, and second of all he's not an inquisitor, and inquisitors are like awful people and I hate them. So I definitely like him more than them. I just think he's kind of cool and funny.
I'm going to go with Peter from Divergent. The French cover, so which is why it's Divergent. Peter is really someone you're kind of lean to hate in Divergent, especially with the way he acts towards the other initiates and Triss. Really has kind of like a snarky character that I like, and especially in the movie where he's played by Miles Teller. Yes. Yeah. He's like super funny, and I actually always enjoyed when he's in the story, even though he's like an asshole.
Yeah. Belle, your favorite book?
The Darkest Minds by Miss Alex Bracken. I love everything Alex Bracken writes, from Brightly Woven to Darkest Minds to Passenger to novellas, everything. It's about kids with superpowers basically, and a road trip, and it's like a disease that kills children, and the ones who survive have these superpowers and are sent to be in like concentration camps. It's awesome and I love it.
Neither of us have this book, which is funny because it's my favorite book, but Jellicoe Road by Melina Marchetta. I read that book a couple years ago. I don't remember any of the names of the characters, but I remember the plot and I remember it being amazing. It's still one of my favorite books because there's this girl and like she's in Australia. It's like set in Australia, and they're like, she's at this like boarding school thing, and it's really cool. It's a really good book, and it's not like a mystery, like a crime doesn't happen, they don't try and like figure out like who committed the crime, or actually they kind of do. It's just a good book because you learn stuff about the character as she's learning about like herself and her history, so it's just really cool and it's a really good book.
Oh yes, my favorite character on Once Upon a Time, Killian Jones / Captain Hook. Your favorite mysterious or dark character? So Molly knows this. I like love Killian so much, and Emma, and you saw the season 4 finale, right?
Which season was season 4?
The most recent one.
No, I didn't see
For this one, Killian Jones, I don't think of him as like a dark character. To me, he's more of like a bad boy who has this persona he puts off but is really a sweetheart on the inside. So with that in mind, I chose Warner from the Shatter Me series. He really kind of starts off as this villain in our minds, and he has this whole kind of bad boy persona at the core of Warner. He's just like a good guy, and Warner's great. Yes. You're on.
For mine, I just picked a mysterious character. I like Kelsier. He was in Mistborn. I just think he's really funny, and you really just know nothing about him, which I thought was kind of cool, because, I mean, part of the story is told from his point of view, but, like, you still know nothing about him, so I just thought that was kind of funny, so. Fire/Neal, a character who never stopped trying.
Gag Neal. Killian for the win. Wait, what was the question again? Oh, okay. So for this, I'm going to go with Ready Player One by Ernest Cline, which it is set in the future, and it's kind of a hunt through a video game to find the guy who created it, all the money he's left behind. So the main character, Wade, has spent 5 years learning everything about 80s pop culture, from movies to TV shows to video games to celebrities, to try and find this Easter egg to win the contest or whatever. So he never stops trying, and he, you know, his life gets threatened, and he's still like, I'm gonna find this, I'm gonna win.
I picked Arya Stark from Game of Thrones because, I don't know, I just feel like she never gives up between, like, running around and trying, like, to evade, like, the bad people and everything. She just always tries to do the right thing. Well, not always, because she's a little girl, but she always, like, tries her best, and she never really gives up unless it comes to, like, needlework or something.
Snow White and Prince Charming, your favorite couple.
Mine is Henry and Claire from The Time Traveler's Wife. I just think it's such a sweet story, even though it's the ending's really sad. But I just think it's really great how the relationship evolves throughout the whole book, especially since, like, he time travels, so he sees her at different points of her life. But it's just really nice to see how everything develops and unfolds through the story and their romance.
My favorite couple, I'm going to go with Rose and Dimitri from Vampire Academy. Dimitri starts off as her mentor, but as the series goes on, their, like, relationship really changes to the point where they're, like, equal. So it's awesome seeing them grow and evolve together, and just how they, like, have spent time fighting for each other, like life and death, and how much they mean to each other. It's so heartwarming and all the feels.
Sleepy, a book that made you tired.
On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
The Scarlet Letter. It was just a bad book. That's all I have to say about it.
It's horrible. I actually, though, did fall asleep reading that. Happy, a book that always makes you happy when you think of it.
Amy Rogers' Epic Detour. It's just really kind of cute and funny. Like, they go on this huge road trip and whatever. They're supposed to go one way, but they go a completely different other. And, like, I don't know. I just really like that book.
My happy book, I'm going to go with Beastly by Alex Flynn. As you can see, this is really worn out because I took this with me everywhere as, like, my happy book, like, if I couldn't sleep or whatever. There's a movie with Alex Pettyfer, my future husband, so that also adds a happy connotation. Okay, this is the last one. Dreamy/Grumpy, a book you thought you loved, but you hated.
I have 2 books.
Do it.
First book is The Darkest Minds by Alexandra Bracken. I really wanted to like it. I didn't actually wind up finishing it. I'm gonna finish it at some point, but just, like, I just got really fed up with it and annoyed. So I don't know. I just didn't like it. The other one was Paper Towns. I just kind of thought that one was a letdown. Like, I know that one's, like, everyone's favorite John Green book, but I just thought there was so much hype around it, and it was supposed to be, like, one of his best books, but I just didn't like it.
I'm going to go with The Secret Circle by L.J. Smith. The reason I picked this up is because I'd been watching the TV show, which, if you've binge watched on Netflix, is actually really good. Oh, I was like, oh, it's a book, I'll get it. And this is the bind-up of the first 2, and it was so bad. It's nothing like the TV show, and the TV show is, like, 100 times better. So I thought I was going to love this, but I couldn't even finish it. That was the tag. Going to tag Natasha from Tashopolis. We know you're a huge fan of Once Upon a Time, just like us. We think you would enjoy this tag.
Oh, definitely.
The Once Upon a Time characters, because they're awesome. And the
What
books.
are you doing?
This is my natural accent. That was the Once Upon a Time tag. It was so much fun, and we loved it.
Yeah.
And it was great. And we'll do more videos now, we promise.
Yeah.
Bye!
Bye.